What's up, guys, and welcome to the Tim Sports Talk, and we have another Washington Redskins recap, and we get the W today, baby, 20-9. I predicted the win, but not like this. Unfortunate news for Joe Burrow, out for the season, and apparently it was so graphic, they did not even show the replay. They went to commercial when he was down on the ground, and they came back and said, basically, yeah, it's bad. And you know, I hated to see it. I think he's doing great things. Obviously, number one pick, really living up to it. And it's really sad to see when a great player like that gets hurt and he's young. But hey, he's young. He can come back. He should be able to come back. I don't know what the exact prognosis is. It looked like it was his knee, but who knows? We'll see. But what's up, DRG? We got a win. We may remain in the playoffs, I guess. Hey. Technically speaking, we are now a half game out. Let me see what the final score of the Eagles game was. Did the Browns hold off the Eagles? Yes, 22-10. That puts us only a half game out. And technically we're tied right now with the Giants, but the Giants have a bye week, I believe, this week. But they have the tiebreaker due to the wins over us. So that's good. But Joe Burrow was eating us alive in the first half. Our defense is a problem. There is no coverage in our secondary. I don't know what's going on because the ball comes out so fast that it doesn't even give Chase Young, Montez Sweat, Jonathan Allen, Tim Settle, Daron Payne. These guys don't even have Ryan Kerrigan. These guys don't even have time to get to the quarterback because the ball is coming out so fast. And it looked like it had a lot to do with Burrow because once Finley came in, we ended up with 4 sacks on him in just a quarter and a half of football where we had none on Joe Burrow. Ryan Finley, I thought Ryan Finley was not a bad quarterback, but I guess it may have been a little bit that he hadn't practiced all week or hasn't practiced all year, really. Hasn't thrown a pass in over a year and a half or something like that. So he was rusty because he was only 3 for 10, 30 yards and an interception, but I'll take it. It's a win's a win. I don't care how we get it. We got a win. Alex Smith, 17 for 25, 166 yards and a touchdown. Antonio Gibson was so close to a 100-yard game. He was actually at 99 yards, and then he had a 5-yard loss run at the end when we were trying to run the clock out. Of course, they knew we were running the ball. They were all over us, did not even give us a chance to score or to, get any more yards. So that pushed him back down to 94 yards and a touchdown. Good day out of him. And yeah, Terry McLaurin had his 5 catches for 84 yards on 7 targets. Steven Sims had the touchdown, which was nice. Kind of a broken play. Alex found him at the end of the play, which was nice. But yeah, it was just a solid team win that we kind of got fortunate that Joe Burrow got hurt. Is what it is. And then their kicker had 2 missed field goals. One was a 58-yarder, but the other one was pretty short, and their kicker missed a PAT. And speaking of missed field goals, I thought, hey, Dustin Hopkins was step 1 of recovery, right? He made his 3 field goals. He made a 50-yard field goal. Hey, you know what? Let's see what you can do. That's step 1. You know, I'm not saying he's back yet, but that's step 1. Then he throws it all back away at the end of the game. He misses another 40-something yard field goal. Right back in the trash can. We need a kicker. Go back. Get out of here, Dustin. I'm sorry. You're a nice guy. I have no problems with you off the field. But I don't want you kicking for the Washington football team anymore. Stop it. Stop it. Yeah, Kevin Harvick, cut Hopkins ASAP. Yeah, exactly. Dude, I thought he was on step 1. I was like, hey, he's on recovery. He's coming back. 12-step program. Nope. Right back down to 0. Took a shot of whiskey the next day. It was bad. I find it very hard to believe that a 2-6-1 Cincinnati Bengals team only had 3 penalties for 31 yards today. I'm not going to blame the refs or anything, but I think there was some calls missed. Like on that one deep pass, I believe it was to A.J. Green. I think there was a holding there that they clearly missed. Daron Payne was trying to get to the quarterback, and they were holding him the whole way. And then on A.J. Green's touchdown pass, I thought there was a clear push-off. That's what got him the separation. But hey, it's all right. That's fine. And somehow we actually ended up on top in the time of possession. 30 minutes, 46 seconds, and 29 minutes and 14. We were down like 20-10 at the first half. They crushed us on time of possession because our defense couldn't get off the field. There's no reason that game, honestly, shouldn't it at least have been, 16-7 at halftime? And instead it was only 9-7 because of missed PAT and 2 missed field goals. Very fortunate for us. Very, very fortunate. 164 yards on the ground. That's what we need, dude. 164 yards on the ground. Peyton Barber, 8 for 28. J.D. McKissick, 6 for 43. Antonio Gibson, 16 for 94 and a touchdown. I'll take that every time. We need a run game like that. I think last week we only had like 50 yards rushing or something garbage. Thank you, run game, for finally showing up. Morgan Moses didn't look bad at left tackle. Sharp at right tackle is still a big question mark for me. But, hey, I'm not mad with Morgan Moses at left tackle. I just wish Cornelius Lucas was still there at either tackle. Still need to draft a tackle, in my opinion, next year. Hopefully first round, but we may need to go quarterback first round. So I don't know. If we have a chance to get that Oregon left tackle, we may have to go for him, but we'll see. We're right now 3-7 after 10 games, and we're right there in the thick of things. All of a sudden, we could potentially make the playoffs, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. Lots of comments coming in. Wow. What's going on, guys? Oh, yeah, shoot. We got to get Discord. Yep, we got the Discord started here. I'll drop the link in there. Me, Spoiled, and Chris have been in there. We were chatting it up today during the games. I still have to do some, excuse me, copy this link, paste it in there. All right, link's in the chat. Feel free to join the Discord. Spoiled sent me a tutorial video. I still got to, go ahead and go through that. Where's that tutorial video? Need to maybe open that as a tab. Good God. We messaged a lot today. Good grief. There it is. Open that up as a tab. Anyway. Let's see what else we got in these comments. Here we go. We got a bunch of comments coming in. Cut Hopkins ASAP, that's for sure. Kevin Harvick, finally a win. Yes, big win. You know, I predicted to win, which was nice. I thought it was going to be closer. I predicted a 23-20 score. But since Joe Burrow went out and they had a bunch of missed field goals, we went 20-9. I'll take it. Can't believe we dropped 3 picks. Who are you telling? Troy Apke. Come on, dude. That's the easiest interception you will ever get. And you just let it hit your chest and fall down to the ground. Come on, dude. That's just disgusting. Why wouldn't they show the replay of... It was that bad, Kevin. Apparently it was that bad. They did not want to show the replay. First week of Discord went good. Yep, for sure. Let's see here. Yep, Mitchell and DRG. The Discord is in there. Let's see what's going on. Has anybody joined yet? Vinshu. Who's Vinshu? Oh, yeah, Vinshu. Or Vishnu. I always say Vinshu. It's Vishnu. Sorry. Vishnu joined. Welcome to the Discord. See? Hey, we're good. We're growing. We're growing. That's 4 people in. You guys, you other guys, get in there. Come on. Yeah, but he misses the easy one. Yeah, just talking about Hopkins. It's terrible. Eagles lose to Dallas would be on soon. Eagles lose to Dallas. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I guess we want Eagles to lose that game. But I'm not so worried about the Eagles because we played them the last week of the season. So we could just be in a win and we're in. I don't know. I'm just really sad that we could not beat the Giants at least once because I think they may have the best shot at the division right now. We do have an okay shot, but they might have the best shot. Sign destroying. Yeah, the guy that does corner one-on-ones all the time. Yeah, we needed somebody in the secondary. We may need to do that. We lose if Joe Burrow stays in the game. Very possible, dude. We could not stop Joe Burrow. 22 for 34, 203 yards, and a touchdown. And that was just in the first two and a half quarters. Yeah, Joe Burrow, I think he set a record for the most completions. No, it wasn't a record ever. It was just for the season. 21 completions on 28 attempts, I think, in the first half. slinging the ball on us for sure. That was the first sack. Was it really a face mask? They didn't show the replay. Oh yeah, it looked like that, but it didn't really show the replay. You're right, because it was kind of hard to see it when they did show it. And I tend to think it may have been just like his arm kind of got caught on there, but it's possible that he got a hand. It wouldn't have been face mask per se, but it would have been the back of the helmet that he basically ripped the helmet off, and that's still illegal. So it's kind of hard to see because they didn't show a good replay. Darby dropped a pick, Young dropped a pick, and Trash Apke. Yeah, Young's was tough. I mean, that's really hard catch. When you have somebody that's beaming it in within 10 yards, that's a tough catch. And then you also had, Ronald Darby. That was a nice defensive play, and he kind of actually got interfered with. I don't blame him as much for dropping that, especially since he's a corner. Corners are known to be receivers that can't catch, right? But Apke's was absolutely trash. That's as easy as it gets. Come on, Apke, you got to catch that. Let's see. Yeah, that's true. If that's true, it should have been 4 picks instead of 1. Very possible, for sure. Hey, don't even talk about Darby. He really did. He had a couple deep passes on T. Higgins that he deflected. He had that nice play right there that we just talked about. I know it was unfortunately dropped pick, but still great defensive play. He was all over the place. I really did appreciate Ronald Darby. And Chris and I were talking about it in the Discord. I think there has to be something about Jack Del Rio. I don't know why he insists on playing his secondary so far behind, like so far off the ball, that it was just allowing Joe Burrow to eat us alive, dude. Like, we had no time to get to the quarterback. You know, you may look at like Chase Young. Why aren't you getting all these sacks? It's like Matt Stafford, Daniel Jones, and Joe Burrow have not had to hold the ball for more than 2.5 seconds. It's getting ridiculous. But Chase Young did have that nice forced fumble, which was awesome on that 4th down play, which would have started the drive on the 1-yard line. Instead, we got the ball back, and it was also a weird play, which I was saying it right from the get-go. I'm glad that the replay corrected it, but that Cam Curl never had possession of the ball. So initially they said, okay, it was a fumble by Joe Burrow. Cam Curl picked it up, took it out of the end zone, fumbled it again, and then it went back into the end zone where I believe it was Darby who recovered it, or maybe it was Moreland. I can't remember the corner. The corner recovered it, and then they said it was a safety. It wouldn't have been a safety because it was a holding play, but that would have allowed them to get 3 points. But still, I'm glad the replay got it right. It was clearly he had no time to hold the ball. He literally picked it up and got it knocked out within a step. It was so quick. Within a quarter second, probably, it was knocked back out of his hands. Not a recovery. Good call by the ref. Or good overturn by the replay. All right, let's keep going with these comments. I'm not talking bad about Darby. He just played his best game so far this season. May have been one of the best games of his career, to be very honest. He was all over the place. I was saying those were drop picks, correct? I sent you a picture of my Discord. Looked nice, huh? Yeah, it did. And I have some ideas that maybe of what we're gonna add in, but yeah, I need to spend some time doing that. And I will eventually. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But yeah, I will definitely spruce this Discord up before too long. Anthony Johnson, what's up, Anthony? How you doing today? I was so hyped when Young smacked Burrow and he was close to getting strip sack on Burrow. Yeah, that was a great play. Anthony Johnson, yeah, all the dropped picks, Burrow basically handed the ball to us, just couldn't bring it down. That's fair. DRG is in. I guess you are Mr. Chicken 24. Welcome to the Discord. Vishnu, not Vinchu. I don't know what I used to say. Vishnu, how's it going? As we discussed, always about Troy Apke, but let's talk about how bad he can actually be. Easiest interception of his life, and lets it drop like a teenage girl. No kid. It's like my wife out there trying to catch a ball. Or my sister. My sister can't catch worth nothing. But, that wasn't the first one, though. If you guys remember against the Browns, where everybody thought at first that Odell Beckham knocked the ball out of his hands. No. That thing went right through his hands and hit himself in the face. Very, very bad drop. And Odell Beckham then came over the top to try to make a play. But he didn't need to make the play because it was already dropped. It sucks. No, he's a kicker. Tim, who's the kicker? I don't know who you're talking about. Titans just won the Henry touchdown run in overtime. That stinks. Not because I like the Ravens. I'm okay with the Ravens losing, but I'm going against Derrick Henry. So what did that do to me as far as, okay, this is tough. I'm up 13 points. I'm projected to win, but now I'm only up 13 with Devontae Adams and, what's his name? Daniel Carlson, the kicker for Las Vegas, against Chris Godwin, Jamison Crowder, and Blankenship, the kicker for Indianapolis. So now I'm in a tighter game than it needed to be with that TD run in overtime. That sucks. Yeah, I think Henry had like 11 points more than when I looked at it last time. But I'm still in it. I can win. This is the one league I really care about now because I'm 7-3, trying to make a playoff push. All right, what do we got? Man, into the Cowboys. Time to go beat up. Okay, them. This is hard to read. It should be great. Thanksgiving. I really need the Vikings to break their heart. Yes, we definitely want the Vikings to destroy the Cowboys. That would be nice. And it's going to be tough. I don't think I'm going to be able to go live after the Cowboys game. Unfortunately, I'm going to be at my family's Thanksgiving, and I would have to bring the whole setup to there because I'm not allowed to mobile stream yet. So maybe I'll just make a short video on my phone and just post that as like a recap after the game. So we won't be able to, go back and forth, but at least you'll get my recap and my thoughts directly after the game, and then we'll go into more detail, skins in the game, Wednesday night. The following Wednesday, that is. And I'll probably do some sort of stream on Sunday as well, maybe during the 1 o'clock games, I'm not sure, but I'm sure I'll do some sort of stream as well. But my wife and I are also going to go get our Christmas tree on Sunday, so that'll be fun. Rob Eamon, how's it going, dog? Jets beating the Chargers, really? Really? Well, Joe Burrow getting hurt just opened the door for Justin Herbert to win the Rookie of the Year. So I'm sure they'll come back. Jets will find a way to lose. They're terrible. How is the Eagles #1 in the division? I know. It's bad over here in the NFC East. Chris Sports Talk. Eagles season is over. LOL, they're losing their next 5. I hope so. Maybe next 7. True. They just put in Jalen Hurts. Really? Did they really put in Jalen Hurts? That's somebody that I would like the Redskins to go get. If we can get our hands on Carson Wentz, that could be interesting. I'm not dead on Carson Wentz. I am not done with Carson Wentz. That's for sure. Let's see here. Where was the Eagles game? There it is. Box score. Did they announce it already? Because they didn't put him in at the game at all. So he just had 1 rush. Anyway, Billy D. Eagles lose. Yes, Billy. Come on, Billy. While listening to the Redskins radio, I was surprised listening to commentators say that about Apke, like that he understands the play calling very well, but doesn't execute them. How awful is that? Yeah, he's not instinctive, I think is what it is, because he has the speed to be a really good free safety. And if his mind is there as far as being able to like write them on the whiteboard and things, that sucks because it's just not instinctive. He doesn't take good angles running for players. He can't catch the ball. Yeah, it's just really tough to see that Apke. I didn't like him as a 4th round pick anyway, but that sucks. TT Wims, what happened to Joe Burrow? Hurt his knee. That's what I'm guessing, but basically it definitely was a leg injury. They showed him like grabbing for his leg, and they didn't even show the replay because it was too graphic to see it. Like they didn't want to show any more of what happened. Billy D, I said 6 games, take the division, have to reevaluate. 5, yep, 5. 5 will do it now. Excuse me. And just think, 5 wins and then 20th draft pick. Oh, God. Tough. Destroying is DRG still calling for him. Rob Eamon, Ravens are now on the outside looking in. Wow. Didn't think about that. Did not think about the Ravens being outside looking in now. Wow. It's 6-4. Yeah, the AFC is tough. It's going to be tough to make the playoffs for sure. Interesting. Time to get Greg Roman on the hot seat. Roman. Excuse me. He's the offensive coordinator for the Ravens. Yeah, he should have been on the hot seat with having that run game and not being able to win games. He should have been on the hot seat, no doubt. Spoiler day for gaming, bro. Where is Tim's likes? What y'all want? Jerry Jones to control your team? Yeah, we're only at 4 likes right now and 8 of you watching. Come on, guys. Thanks, Spoiled. Spoiled's always taking care of me. Anthony Johnson, would you rather have Dan than Jerry as your owner? Don't make me choose. Yeah, Spoiled ain't the next comment. They both not good. No, Wentz can go somewhere else. Hey, or maybe you both are talking about Wentz. No freaking way Alex is 10 times better than Wentz. Wentz needs an O-line for him to produce. That's every quarterback just about. But no, hey, if we got our hands on Wentz, I'm not mad. Let me tell you. All right, Vishnu. Definitely some mystery lies among those awesome Skins uniforms. I would never like to see any player get injured, but hoping for this TYM luck turns into our favor. Yeah, this time luck turned in our favor. It's true. Missing field goals and getting QB injured. We've been dealing that with so long. It's true. I mean, all of our quarterbacks have been injured, it seems like, for quite a while, except for Kirk, right? I mean, even RG3 was getting injured all the time. Of course, then you had Colt McCoy couldn't stay healthy. Alex Smith took his injury. Josh Johnson got hurt. Mark Sanchez got hurt. I mean, so many people kept getting hurt for us, and yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Let's see here. Washington football team is closer to a playoff spot right now than the Ravens. Good. Yeah, we're technically only a half game out, right? That's nuts. Apke just reads the plays late, but he did help with Young forcing the fumble. Well, yeah, he kind of like slowed down the quarterback to let Chase Young hit him. Yeah, he helped. Hey, fair enough. I'll take it, right? I'll take the help. Man, today is a good day. Greg Stroman, never mind. Mike Pryor, the only thing good about Dan is he didn't want to change the name. I know, and now that the name's changed, he can get the out. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Johnson. Logan Thomas had a great block on the edge with Gibson touchdown run. That's about all we can say about Logan, right? That's about it. DRG, Tim, do you know the Redskins YouTuber Ed Oliver? I am subscribed to Mr. Ed Oliver. I don't watch as many people anymore since I started doing my own show because I don't really want to be tainted by other people's opinions. The one that I still kind of get into and watch every once in a while is Louis T, but it's more of like a study, I guess, like trying to see like what is Louis T doing to kind of grow his channel and different things. So I kind of like to do that. I don't, because also Louis T is more of what I'm trying to be, because Louis T will talk all NFL or all, he's mostly just NFL. So I want to be more than just NFL. Like we went live against NBA and stuff like that. And I want to be more of a broad commentator eventually. I'm still a huge Skins fan, so I love talking Skins. But I like to talk about like all football, all NBA, all NCAA, things like that. Like I could be able to talk more. And that's what kind of Louis T is more involved in. So I watch him a little bit too. But I do know Ed Oliver. Chris Sports Talk. Who cares about Logan? He's trash and can't catch. Yeah, for real. Kevin Harvick. Tim, do you know Strong Opinion Sports? Yep, Mr. Sean, right? Is that his name? No, I'm getting two other YouTubers mixed in my head. I know Strong Opinion Sports for sure. His name's not Sean. What's his name again? Oh, well, I do know Strong Spending Sports. And that's another guy I watch for sure, as far as just to learn from him and what he does. And you go back and he has some older commentary, and his initial commentary was not the best. And he's grown a lot, as he's going over. So it's good to see that, like what he's done to grow. And yeah, I definitely want to do more of what he does. He will do more shows and then break it down snippets, like a long form show, like an hour long or so. He doesn't care about the time frame. and then he will break down into like little snippets, like even like 2-minute videos, 3-minute videos of just different topics he talks about, and that's how you really grow the channel. And I was doing that in the beginning more. It's just hard. It's time consuming, dude. Let me tell you, especially now with streaming so often. I used to only do like a couple shows a week. Now I'm doing like 5 shows a week, and with so much streaming, it's hard to always editing while working a full-time job, while having a life outside, of course. But it's I'm making excuses. I need to do more of it, but it's all a work in progress. This channel, it's fun. Mike Pryor, and what was the app key dropping? Oh God, it was bad. It was a bad drop. Billy D, what's up, dude? If Skins do go back into the division champion, they will be picking so low they can forget about picking QB in the first round. Better to shore up O-line and use a third to learn behind Alex Smith for 2 years. We'll be able to get a good pick at number 20. I'm not too worried about it. If we end up with the 20th pick, obviously it's kind of nice to have a higher pick, but at the same time, I'm not too worried about it. If we get a pick 20, I trust Kyle Smith, our player personnel guy, to make the right decisions when it comes to draft day. As long as the team follows what Kyle Smith's draft board says, we will get a really great player, and we will continue to build this team. And don't worry about what number is next to our name, okay? It just follow what Kyle Smith wants us to do on draft day. What are your thoughts on Alex Smith on today's game? He had that really bad pick. He just threw it right at the dude's head. Didn't even try to get it over him, which sucked. But otherwise, I thought he played okay. I didn't think he did anything spectacular. It was a nice throw downfield to Terry McLaurin, where McLaurin made that fantastic catch. I thought he also gave Terry McLaurin another chance where I thought there may have been a chance for a PI call. The guy kind of like put his arm on him and like kind of held him down. That was not called, so he gave Terry a chance there. Otherwise, I mean, it wasn't anything to write home about today. It was just a solid game where, that one turnover didn't kill us, fortunately, because they ended up missing a field goal on that one, which was nice. But otherwise, he just played an okay, solid game. That's all we needed from him, really. Let's see here. Let's see here. What are your thoughts on it? Sorry. Mike Pryor, Hopkins finally played like he cared today. Yeah, well, you didn't see the final missed field goal. That sucked. I only like you, Ed, and Rico Street Score. Yeah, Rico does a good job, and he's more Redskins oriented as well. Just not looking too much to broaden his horizons. He's more of just a Redskins commentator, which is cool. And I love the Redskins too, so I love to talk about them as well. But yeah, I am also subscribed to Street Scores. I don't like him as much as some other guys, but he does fine with his channel. There's nothing wrong with Rico over at Street Scores. Chris Sportsdog, Billy, hush up. Whatever pick we get, we're getting our QB. The only QBs that's going in the top 5 is Justin, Trevor, and Trey Lance. Possibly Trey might not even go top 5 because of some of those teams need a QB. Honestly, I think Zach Wilson is my favorite, and you can get Zach Wilson that low at 20, so we will be just fine. We're getting our QB. You gotta what teams need QBs? So Dallas might be in the QB conversation. Now the Eagles might be in the conversation. Giants are very much considering in that conversation. Bears are in that conversation. So there's four teams. Let's see. Jets are definitely in that conversation. Patriots are in that conversation. So that's 6 right there. Then you have teams like the Colts might be in that conversation because Phillip Rivers is obviously aging. You have Big Ben over with Pittsburgh are in that conversation, but they're going to have a late pick. We're not too worried about them per se. I mean, there's some interest. There's a lot of teams that are very in interesting spots. So they could be making moves to trade up to try to go get their quarterback too. So 20 is going to be tough to get Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson's higher than a top 20 pick, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, you said Colts won't have that high of a pick. They'll be late as well. I mean, that's fair, but they could make a move. Arizona, when they got not Arizona. Kansas City, sorry, when they got Pat Mahomes, they traded up to go get him. Like teams could potentially try to make a move to go up to get their quarterback, which is the right move because quarterback's the most important position in sports, let alone football. So it's not a bad decision to try to go get a quarterback. And they're in the conversation. We don't know where they're going to go. Who else might be in that conversation? There could be some other. Jacksonville is definitely in that conversation. Carolina might be in the conversation. They may like PJ Walker. And Teddy got hurt again, but they might be in that conversation. Atlanta might move on from Matt Ryan with a new coach coming in. There's a lot of teams in that quarterback potential area that there could be a lot of quarterbacks off the board in the first round. Let's see here. How do you like Kyle Trask? I haven't followed too much of him, to be honest. I'm trying to remember exactly. Is he the which one's he? He's not the for some reason I want to say Georgia. But what is Kyle Trask? Where's he at again? Florida. He's the Florida one. Okay. I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion on Kyle Trask as of right now. I like most of Kyle Smith's picks. I do as well. I really think he's a really good talent evaluator. Let me say that correctly. And as long as we follow what he wants and not what Dan Snyder wants, I think we can be okay no matter what pick we have in the first round. My thoughts is that the game plan today was more conventional. It wasn't really a good game plan in my opinion. Should have ran the ball more in the first half and passed a lot more than we needed to keep balance. The offensive game plan, they took their deep shots. They had the nice one to Terry. They had another one to Terry that tried to go deep that didn't connect. I don't know exactly what our run, but I know that we only had 21 plays in the first half, which is not a lot of plays at all. So, and one of them obviously was the interception, and probably 5 or 6 plays was on that touchdown drive at least. I can look that up, but we didn't have a lot of plays in the first half is really what it come down. And I don't think we had that many drives either. Let's look here. We had 5 drives. And they were a total of 4 plays, 8 plays, that's 12, 15, 16, 21. Yeah, so we only had 21 plays in the first half, one of them being an interception. The fumble had a couple of incomplete passes on a punt here. We had a 3-and-out here. Antonio Gibson to the right for 3 yards and 2 incomplete passes. Touchdown drive was nice. And then the first drive was run, pass, and then the sack. So, I don't know. You could definitely argue just with what I just said there, we did not run the ball very often at all. So, honestly, you don't have to argue it. It's just a fact. But we just didn't have a lot of plays either. 21 plays on in the first half is not a lot. Billy D, love Kyle's picking, doing great job. We will see if Riverboat Ron or Ding Dong Danny gets in the way. Yeah, I don't necessarily really want Riverboat Ron picking the players either. I just, I think he's a good leader. He's a good coach. Just coach the team. Let Kyle Smith build the team and get pieces in there for you, and I think we'll be all right. Anthony Johnson, it would be cool if you could do some videos with them. Yeah, maybe one day. Yeah, maybe. Right now I can't do videos with them, probably because it would more just be like clout chasing almost. Because they're much bigger than me. I think Street Source has like 6,000 or 5,000 subs. I think Ed Oliver probably has like 7,000, 8,000. Louis T obviously has like 15,000 or something like that. So I'm less than 200. So I can't really have I could probably reach out, but at the same time, they probably won't pay me no mind right now, which I don't blame them. I bring no benefit to them as a 200 subscriber or, under 200 subscriber video. I'm sure they're getting a lot of other people trying to get onto their channel as well. So, but who knows? Maybe one day we can have a conversation with them. That'd be fun. Let's see here. Bears won't be that high. They have a winning record. Dude, they're in the conversation, though, and trades could happen. If we have the pick number 20, there's a lot of potential for even any of those teams behind us to trade up and not give up all that much. So I'm just listing teams. There's a lot of teams in that quarterback market, and a lot of teams could go first-round QB. So I wouldn't sit there and think that we're going to get like the 5th best quarterback off the board at number 20 unless that 5th quarterback is a pretty significant drop-off. It seems like a pretty quarterback-rich draft, and there's a lot of teams that are interested in a quarterback. So I'm just bringing those up. Maybe I hope you're right. I hope that we get Trey Lance at number 20. That'd be awesome, right? Or who's the other guy? Zach Wilson. Yeah, Zach Wilson at number 20. That'd be awesome. I'm not complaining at all if that's who we get. But it's just there's a lot of teams in that quarterback conversation. Let's see here. Alex Smith looks good. What's up, Driver? I've not seen you be here before. Welcome to the channel, Mr. The Driver. Alex Smith played fine. I don't think he necessarily had a great day, but he had okay. And that's all that's all we need. That's all we needed. Just a game manager, win with defense, and see what happens from there. And we got the W, 20-9. And next week should be pretty similar. And then we have I think Pittsburgh after that. That's going to be the tough one. Colts won't have that high of a pick. They'll be late as well, for sure. Anthony Johnson. I heard Dallas aren't giving up on Dak. I heard Giants aren't giving up on Jones. And Wentz contract is a lot for a team to take. All those things that you just said are completely true. And we don't know what's going to happen on draft day. And that all will benefit for us. So if Anthony Johnson, if you're correct on all those and none of them draft a quarterback in the first round, that certainly helps our chances at getting a high pick or a really good quarterback out of the first round. There you go, Anthony Johnson. We're on the same page. You and Chris are on the same page. I hope that makes you feel good, Anthony. Just kidding, Chris. Anthony Johnson. I've been watching Kyle. Could be a steal in like the third or second. Fair enough. Maybe we don't draft a quarterback so high. There's quarterbacks that are out there that have been drafted late. Kirk Cousins is a starter. Russell Wilson, obviously. Tom Brady. I mean, there's people back in the later drafts that definitely could be some. Dak Prescott's another one. So maybe that's where we end up going. But I trust Kyle Smith. And we'll dive more and definitely dive deeper into the draft before the draft and try to decide who do we want where. There you go, Anthony Johnson. We're on the same page. Sorry. DRG, Tim, did YouTube bleep out the Redskins in the title? No, I did. I just don't want to get in trouble. I got freaking... and during the NBA draft, I was watching highlights that were on YouTube. Okay? These highlights are already on YouTube. And they were not NFL.com or, NBA... NBA YouTube channel. These were random YouTube channels. And I'm just watching the highlight compilations that these people put together. And my stream got taken down. I'm just watching YouTube videos. And commentating on what I'm seeing in these highlights of every player that was drafted. Because obviously with the NCAA tournament not happening, I didn't know as many of the college players that I've done in the past. So I was like, hey, let's watch the highlights there. And I kept getting knocked down while watching the NBA highlights, so I just don't want to get in trouble with nothing. But I'm still going to say Redskins in the video. I don't care. But the title, I wanted to just kind of be careful. Because I also got in trouble early on in my YouTube thing where I completely messed up, but it's still a community guideline strike on my channel, which sucks, is I posted a video, and there was like a corrupted file, and I ended up posting a 3.5-minute video of just a black screen. And that's apparently against the code of conduct because I'm just wasting space, I guess, with just a black screen for 3.5 minutes with no sound, no nothing. And so that has there as well. So I just don't want something stupid to happen where, I get in trouble with the YouTube bull malarkeys. That's my spiel there. Chris Sports Talk, I'm on Zach Wilson. Okay, Riverboat is picking his QB, maybe. Chris Sports Talk, he picked Cam and got a Super Bowl. Ron will pick his QB. I don't know if he picked Cam. I think that was an obvious pick. He was the number 1 pick overall, and he was everyone's projected number 1. But, he did pick him. Vishnu. Said it right the first time that time. I would love to see if we can beat the team to break the Steelers' win streak. Wouldn't that be something? That'd be funny. Do you think I'm expecting too much from our team? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. We're definitely underdogs. Let's just say that. Chris Sports Talk, do we have Haskins? Those teams would want him. I would trade him to anybody at this point. Anthony Johnson, Trevor Fields, Lance, Wilson, and Trask are the only QBs I'm fine with. Okay, fair enough. I'm sure there might be some other ones, but those are definitely up there in the conversation as the top 5 best. With so many teams needing a QB, that allows the Skins to get a top-tier guy for a cheaper price. Skins have a ton of holes: tight end, O-line, wide receiver, running back. Well, entire O. Yeah, just about. I do not want a first-round wide receiver or running back for that matter. I'm definitely interested in O-line. If we can get a good left tackle, that might be something interesting. And then also getting a tight end wouldn't be horrible. But no matter what, I just don't want to reach. The only position that you could quote-unquote reach on and that I would feel good about is the quarterback position, because, you know, if you're taking a chance to potentially really change your team. But I don't want to reach on, let's say, a receiver or reach on a lineman or reach on something. I just want to take the best player available because, as you said, we have a lot of holes. Linebacker's a huge problem. Safety's still a problem. Corner's not the best. Obviously, our defensive line is pretty good, but yeah, we have a lot of problems on this team, no doubt. And I think I said a C-plus roster. More I'm looking at it, I think we're closer to at least a C-minus, maybe a D-plus roster right now. It's not a good roster, to be very honest. And I think our defense is more of a problem than our offense. As crazy as that sounds, I think I might like our offense slightly better than our defense because I hate everybody outside of that front four. Like, you're not literally everybody. Like, I don't hate Cam Curl. I don't hate Cole Holcomb. I don't hate Kendall Fuller. But it's just, right now, our problem, our secondary, like, that, our back, what is that, back 7? Is a problem. Let's see here. Sims can be our number 2 guy. That might be true. I don't want. Shoot, got a little mixed up here. 6'5". Trask is 6'5". Why did I say 6'5"? Anthony Johnson. Sorry, Trask is 6'5" and is just a little bit slower than Wilson. Okay, interesting. That's a big boy. I like that. Chris Sports like, I don't want nothing in the first round unless it's a QB. We have our running back for the future. That's not a whole. Tight end will be fine in free agency. O-line will be fine in free agency. And honestly, I think Cam Sims can be our number 2 guy. Plus Kelvin will be back and Isaiah Wright. Yeah, I definitely don't want to draft a receiver. I agree. Don't want to draft a running back. O-line, I would not hate to draft it, and I don't know what the tight end situation's like, but if we can get somebody like a Travis Kelce, but Travis Kelce was a late-round pick too, so if we wait for tight end, I'm not complaining about that either, but I would love a linebacker, a beast linebacker out of the first round would be nice, and anything O-lineman-wise, if we can get a beast O-lineman there, I would still be okay with, and obviously quarterback would be good. DRG, Mac Jones from Alabama, maybe. I know that he's on the best team in the nation, so it's hard to say if he's actually that good at quarterback. But speaking of another franchise that doesn't really produce that many good quarterbacks, Alabama. Billy D, best Skins can hope for in a Haskins trade is a 5th. No, I disagree. First of all, Josh, you got to always go back to Josh Rose. Terrible quarterback. Miami traded a 2nd and a 5th for him. I think we can easily get a 3rd-round pick for Dwayne Haskins, even if we devalue him like they're talking about. Talk about devaluing a player. Josh Rosen was benched and drafted a 1st-round quarterback, and they still got a 2nd and 5th. They were like, we don't want him at all. Come get him. And they still had to give up a 2nd-round pick. It was a late 2nd, but a 2nd-round pick nonetheless, and a 5th for him. So, trust me, we can get somebody for him. Chris Sports Talk, I think we should still sign a receiver in free agency, but one who will be as good as slot option. On defense, we need another linebacker and safety to pair with Cam Curl and Fuller. Well, Fuller's not a linebacker, but we definitely need to I guess you meant Holcomb. But yeah, we definitely need our linebackers are absolutely disgraceful, I think, to be honest. I don't think we necessarily have a hole at RB. Yeah, I agree. We have a lot of our RBs, actually. Antonio Gibson, Peyton Barber, and J.D. McKissick are not a bad trio, and who knows if Bryce Love can finally come back. Chris Sports Talk. Can't just say the secondary, it's play calling as well. Dude, I'm telling you, the linebacker, freaking Ryan Finley dusted, what was his name? Pierre Lewis. Okay? Like, he just ran around him. That's not play calling. You have a one-on-one guy there at the quarterback. Go make the tackle. Instead, you let him run for 19 yards on 3rd and 18. And then also, Cole Holcomb was loafing. I like Cole Holcomb, but he was jogging to that play. Move your buns, dude. Get over there and make a freaking tackle before the first down line. And instead, they let him get 19 yards on 3rd and 18. I mean, there's other plays in there that you can talk about that it's just like, okay, the linebackers are not getting where they're supposed to be. And I understand there was some play calling as far as putting your DBs too far back to let you get eaten alive. I disagree with that. I agree with you that needs to be changed. But there was other things in there that said that the linebackers are just not good. And who thinks our linebackers are good? John Bostic, Kevin Pierre-Louis, Thomas Davis, 37 years old, 38 years old, wherever he is. I mean, come on, dudes. It's just not good. Oh, sorry, DRG. It was Thomas Davis that on that particular play. You're right. Kevin Pierre-Louis did something else that I didn't like then. But I don't remember. I remember having a problem with something that Kevin Pierre-Louis did that was an issue. But you're right. It was Thomas Davis on that play. Sorry. Where are we at? Vishnu. Any thoughts on our practice squad QB, Steven Montez? This kid looked really promising while playing for Colorado. Have a good physique and a great arm. Yeah, they've talked about him a lot, but I guess you have him in the building and he has yet to get off your practice squad. I mean, you would think in a quarterback injured fiasco we're in right now, we haven't moved him up at all. I would have to venture to say he's not really impressing the coaches at this point. Excuse me. But I know there was a lot of hype by a lot of Redskins fans when we signed him as an undrafted free agent. But, I mean, I would have to think the coaches would be doing something with him if he was, like really showing them something on the practice squad. But that's just my opinion. Yeah, Thomas Davis should be our linebacker coach. He's old enough, no doubt. 38, 37 years old, something crazy like that. Yeah, something needs to change there for sure. Draft in the first round, I would take that. Sorry. Oh, let's see. To be honest, I'll try and trade Jonathan Allen and Haskins and possibly get a late first rounder. If we could do that, I would pick Jamar Chase with the late pick. But if there's a great linebacker or safety in the draft in the first round, I would take that as well. I really just don't want to draft a first round receiver. I really, really don't. I think you can get a Jamar Chase later in the draft. I swear to God. I know that a lot of people love him out of LSU, but he's only a 6-footer. He's got some speed and everything. He's got good hands, but I think you can find somebody like that later in the draft. Terry McLaurin was a 3rd-round pick, and he's basically the same build as Jamar Chase. Actually, I think heavier than Jamar Chase, like 20 pounds heavier, I think, maybe. But just as fast, just as good, if not better. Probably better, to be honest. And he was a 3rd-round pick. You can find, look, wide receivers and running backs are the glamour positions. People love those spots. And when you have more people vying for those spots, you're going to get better talent, right? And you get not only better talent, but you get more of it because so many people are trying to go to that position. And that's where a lot of the glory is when you're a freaking wide receiver catching that touchdown over, the DeAndre Hopkins catching it over 3 dudes in the end zone. Emmitt Smith running for 200 yards or whatever. Terrell Davis getting 2,000 yards. Adrian Peterson getting 2,000 yards. Whatever running back you want to talk about. These are glamour spots, right? And same with the quarterback spot. There's a lot of different spots there. Just quarterback position is way harder than receiver and running back, okay? There's so much more you have to know to be the quarterback than those other two. Not that you don't have to have a brain on your head to be one of those receivers, but at the same time, maybe you really don't. I don't know if Chad Ochocinco was the smartest individual to ever play football, and he was a great wide receiver. So, Terrell Owens, is he some genius out of the box. It's like, no, I think I'm just going to line up and I'm just going to kill you, the guy in front of you. You know, Randy Moss, another one. You know, I'm just going to jump higher than you and run faster than you and catch the ball over you every time. So it's not as hard to be a receiver as it is a quarterback. And so I don't want to draft a receiver early. I think you can get a lot of talent there late, like we did. I think AGG is still an interesting prospect. Kelvin Harmon was a 6th-round pick. I mean, and then obviously Terry McLaurin was a 3rd-round pick. So it's not bad to me to not draft a 1st-round pick at that position. Now, linebacker would be much more important to me right now, as I've already said multiple times, that I think that's a big position of need. Chris Sports Talk, play calling is 70% of the problem, possibly. I don't know. Thomas Davis should be our linebackers coach. Yes, that's so funny. He's so old. Terry is the GOAT. Terry's awesome. All right, and he was a 3rd-round pick. Okay, come on. Billy D, so tired of 2 high safeties set single high. Using a linebacker blitz is way better. That's what the Seahawks used to do. They ran cover 3 with a single high safety and just basically said, beat me all day long when they had the Legion of Boom. So I'm not opposed to that kind of play style either, but we just need linebackers to be able to do that, man. Our linebackers are a big problem. For the 40th time today. Our offense problem is they need to put the ball in Terry's hands more often. They don't do a good job of that. They need to put him in different places to get him the ball. Gibson is a star in the making. The only thing you're missing is a future QB, a tight end, and clear-cut number 2, and an O-line, obviously. Well, that's a lot. I wouldn't say that only missing, but I get your point. We definitely need some help, though. Having a dynamic QB like Trey or Zach in this offense would put a cherry on top. Having a dynamic quarterback, period, in today's day and age is awesome to have, you know. Alrighty. Well, how long have we been live? 52 minutes. Excuse me. Yeah, we need a free safety. Bad. We need a free safety. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Thank you guys for who liked the video. Is there anything else about this game before we move on? I don't know. I don't think so. I think I pretty much covered it all. Man, they didn't run the ball well at all. Pirine had 5 carries for 19 yards. Giovanni Bernard, 9 carries for 18 yards. Long of 8 and 7, respectively. So, run defense played a lot better today, which was nice. But they were just able to throw the ball all over us. Team stats. It's nice to get a W in the turnover column. That's the last 2 weeks having no turnovers on defense really hurt. We need a safety like Sean Taylor. Man, I would love to see someone even close to him playing for our team. I'm right there with you, Vishnu. Having a great safety, which is interesting because it's probably somebody we could have had, but it would have been at the cost of... So, those of you who are still listening, before we get out of here, question for you guys. Would you give up Daron Payne, assuming no injury, okay, because I know this guy that I'm about to say is injured right now, but to have a player like Derwin James from the Chargers? Having a guy like that at safety, where we could still have a really good defensive line right now with, as I said, forgetting injuries, right? We would still have Chase Young, Montez Sweat, Matt Ioannidis. We would have Tim Settle, Ryan Kerrigan, Jonathan Allen. Losing this still having those 6 players, and then we could have a Derwin James, which is something that we gave up. We took Daron Payne instead of Derwin James, and that was at the cost. That was because we were the 32nd ranked rush defense, and they really wanted to focus on the D line. But yeah, we do need that beast safety, and I see a lot of you are saying yes, for sure. And yeah, we already have enough weapons on our defensive line. It's true. And obviously we didn't know we would get, Montez Sweat because that was the next year. We didn't know we were going to get Chase Young because that was the year again following that one. So it's tough. No. I'm not saying a trade, guys. I'm not saying a trade. Okay? I'm literally saying we picked Daron Payne over Derwin James, is my point. Daron Payne and Derwin James were picked in the same draft. And obviously trading Jonathan Allen for Derwin James now, knowing who we have, is an obvious one, right? But in the moment, a lot of people thought we were going to go Derwin James anyway, and it would be really interesting if we had him instead of Daron Payne. I do like Daron Payne, though. It's tough. Chris Sports Talk, well, that was a dumb pick then. Yeah, well, at the time, we didn't really have a lot of defensive line. We just had Ryan Kerrigan and Jonathan Allen. And we still had Matt Ioannidis. We still had Tim Settle, I think, at that point. No, we may have drafted Tim Settle the same draft as Daron, actually. Yeah, I think Tim Settle and Daron were the same draft. It's interesting. Very interesting. Well, so yeah, everybody says yes unanimously. I actually don't know where some of your comments went. They got deleted or something. No, there it is. Yes, Mike Pryor says yes. Chris says yes. I keep forgetting about Matt Ioannidis. Yeah. Matt Ioannidis is still on the team. Hurt himself. Well, let me go ahead and post this one more time. Those of you who have not joined the Discord, hop on in there. We got 5 of us in there, including me. We got Mr. Chicken, which I believe was DRG, I think. Chris was in there, Spoiled's in there, and Vishnu. So we got 4 of us. We were chatting it up on game day, Chris and I. So I'm sure we'll do that. And I'm going to make some other channels and stuff too, other text channels and different stuff. I may also hang out on the voice channel a lot more often too. Who knows? If anybody's interested in that. But yeah, it's... Oh, wait, is that the wrong link? Oh, yeah, you're right. Wrong link. Good call. That was the video that I had. What's his name? Send me. Let me post that here so I have that. Good call. Thank you, Chris. Wrong link. Okay, invite people. Copy. Paste. Bang. There's the Discord link. Thank you for that. And yeah, join the Discord, guys, for sure. What's up, Chris? You said, hey, Tim. You're just going to laugh at me now? No, I did push the wrong link. Thank you for correcting me. I got the ultimate Discord set up here. All right, guys. I think we're going to get out of here. I will be back after the Sunday night football game, which is... Let's look at that. The Sunday night football game is... Chiefs versus Raiders. Could be another good one. It was a 40-32 game. Raiders won it last time. So very interesting game coming up. Kansas City is a 7.5-point favorite right now. And we'll see. I don't see you in there, Mike. Did you join? Mike Pryor? Doesn't say you're in there yet. Doesn't say you're in there, Mike. There he is. No. Yeah, you made it, Mike. That's funny. Mike's in now, too. Thanks, guys. But I will be back on tonight after the Sunday night football game, and we can talk some things other than skins. And till next time. See